And here we are with Big Al's pens. Let's see what we got here. Make sure my mic is working. Audio. Yep, that's working good. Think we're looking good here. All right, we're going to turn a couple of pens here. Maybe a lot. Let me refresh that screen because we should have something on there. Deactivate, activate. Oh, maybe it came uncharged. Let's check that out. Oh, yeah. Not sure why it does that. All right, a little bit of power to the camera here. Let me do that again. There it is. All right, here we go. Let me straighten that up. Get a little closer. Make it so you can see it. All right, here we go. Blower on. Tools in hand. See what we're doing here. Slow this down a little bit, going a little fast. We got a whole bunch of blanks rounded. Now I'm ready to turn them. Well, I need my big bib on. What do they call this? Apron. Man, that's sort of screwy. My apron strings are getting all twisted. Got their panties in a ruffle here. There we go. Take some time in a minute, straighten those out. You get the mic moved over to my apron. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, these are supposed to be a 0.71. Let's see where we're starting first of all. That probably not terribly achievable for a lot of curves, but we'll do good. Let's see, where'd my tool go? See how we're doing there. Right down about a 0.74, a little bit more room. Gonna have a nice curve on this one. All right, that should take us where we want to be. Now we're gonna do a little round pointy on the front of this one here. I like to call this, I don't know why, but I call it Coke bottle. It's got that sort of very light Coke bottle green. Remember the old Coke bottles back in the day when they were made them sort of green? That's pretty good there. Let's see how we're doing on this one for an end. A little bit of finger grip here. Nice, 0.72. That'll sand down right where we need it to be. It's looking good. We're going to square up the ends now. Nice. Same thing down here. These are generally pretty flat on the ends, but we just do that as a little precaution here. Let's see what we're going to do for this one here. Yeah, it's got that green Coke bottle. It's going to look like a green Coke bottle with gold flakes in it. So you could call this the Vegas Coke bottle or something like that. Wish I could figure out how to do a Coke bottle silhouette in there. That would be cool. Have to work on that one. Okay, let's go find the center. Let's see what we can do on this. You know, I sort of like that new turn. It's called Swoop. It's like the Valentine Vixen we used to do, but there's no Cheerios. And all you'll see is lots of gorgeousness on the inside. Let's go measure off of here. Come out to about 4 and an 8, or 1 and an 8. Go. We'll dig down. Is the only place we're going to dig down is right here and right over there. A little bit more on this side. Beautiful. Nice and even. Now, we're actually not going to use the round skew or the round grind or scraper because I don't want that to be deep and wide. I want it to be more sharp. So that's good there. And this whole thing will be see-through. Very cool. Nice job on this one, Charlie. All right, now here we go. Now we're going to come up off the middle here and give us a nice dome. Beautiful there. And the reason I don't use, normally when I do those digs, I'll use this round one here, but I don't want it that wide down in there. I am going to use this one now to gouge it out because this is like Valentine Vixen, which has that scoop in the middle. We'll take it to either one of these sides. We'll just go back and forth, making an arc towards the center. And this is a bit of a chunky end here, so we don't want to go too thin in the middle because that would sort of set it off proportionally. So I think this one is done. Let's finish her up. Looking great. All right, blow her off. Don't need the blower while we're doing this part. The golden nugget Coke bottle or something like that. The whole idea of this first level of sandpaper is to simply get out the scratches left by the carving knives. It's still very scratchy when we're done, but the scratches are smaller. And then we'll use another sandpaper, and that'll make it even smaller. And another one, and that'll make it even smaller. All the while removing the scratches. This one will look like glass when we're done. Already feeling good. Pretty soon, and it will be available on the website when you're ordering a pen, is that you can choose this design in the middle. Sometime, and we're going to leave an artist's choice on there too, because some people don't want to make that decision and they want me to just, just look at the blank and see what look really good there. So that's what we'll do. But all the typical turning styles we have will be listed there as an option. You don't have to choose any of them, or I will make you choose one, and it'll say artist choice. That'll be the one that you could choose if you don't want to make a decision about what it is you want turned. And that'll make it just a hair easier on Carrie as she determines, all the stuff about your pen. In fact, some of that's being automated now to help her out. With the influx of customers, she has plenty to do. And that'll also make me turn pens a little faster because I won't have to decide. If you know exactly what you want, then boom. We do have one customer. Her name is Elisa, and she loves a particular style of turn, and she seems to buy the blanks that really go with that turn. And boom. And that's cool. I love that part. All right, there's the first level. Doing these offline today because Carrie's going live tonight. Don't want to mess with that. And she'll do a little mini pen drop to ease the people out there and their appetite for all these gorgeous blanks. I know we buy them just like you guys do. Okay, and then the final super fine sandpaper. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Zona paper on this because it's going to look like glass. Yep, this is what I do on my lunchtime. Turn pens. Okay, now we're going to go up to, let's see, we're going to use this one and we're going to use the next one. This will take it super, super fine. For anybody watching randomly, this liquid that's in the bottle here, just water. Nothing fancier than water. Cooling, lubrication, all that good stuff. All right, there's that one. Then we're going to come out to this one here. That should be like glass. And then we'll take the ultimate polishing compound here. And we'll get the rag a little wet, get that stuff flowing real nicely. Here we go. Ooh, that's getting shiny. I like it. Okay, here we go. First glimpse. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. That does look like a Coke bottle glass with gold flakes in it. Whew, man. That's nice. Okay, we're going to switch to the buffer for real, and then we're going to switch back for real. Okay, here we go. There's the buffer. There it is. Looks like glass. Beautiful.
Ooh.
Carrie is giving her stamp of approval.
Ooh.
It's all the oohing in the
It
background.
looks like for Big Al's.
Big Al's pens and stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Is there something in there?
In what?
Is there like stuff in there?
Well, you got some kind of, I don't know if that's dark green or glitter set in
I
there.
thought it might have been Fordite or something.
No.
Okay, I don't see what you do with this because you guys do another one just like it. Don't laugh at me.
Okay, we switched back. I'm verifying we have switched back. That's good. And what am I doing now? Oh, I got to turn on the blower. And we got to start working. Okay, here we go. This one actually starts out pretty thin. This is done in a sort of a slim kind of thing. Starts out at a 0.74, so we're going to go a little bit lower than this young lady wants, but she's okayed that because this one I think is more about the design than anything else. We're going to do a little something different than we normally do in here. This is supposed to be the bud of a rose. So we went around the end and then inside just a little bit. It'll still hold a diamond painting tip, but that's recessed. So if you looked at it, it would have that look of a rose. I think that'll be cool. All right. So we got a little bit of whiteness on that rose right there. That might be pretty interesting. All right, we do need to find the center. Not that we're going to use it much on this particular pen. It's a little bit longer than 5 1/4, probably about 5 3/8. The center will be about right there. Not really. Center will be about right there. There we go. That's better. And then this is not going to have a typical design. We're gonna accentuate this bud area. And if we look at this one here, there's a little bit that extends down right here, but I think that's going to disappear. So the end of our bud, because we got to curve up onto it, is probably going to be about right here. All right, let's do that first. Where'd my marker go? Here we go, marker cap. This is a totally different turn, just simply because of this particular blank. And again, I'm not going to use the big wide spoon. I want to sort of control this. Because even on a rosebud, you're going to have a little bit of green leaf sticking up there underneath the bud. See how this looks so far. Not bad. We got a little bit of green reaching up there, and that's exactly what you want, because that would be your typical. I just don't want that green right there, that little bit of glitter there. So we're going to take that off, smooth that out. Little tiny piece left right there. I'm pretty okay with the rest. I got a cute little white petal in there. I'm not sure where the white even came from in this whole thing. That's cool. Again, this is a whole lot thinner than she would normally like it, but the effect will be worth it. Here we go. That's pretty good. All right, now what are we going to do with the stem here? Because this should be leaves and stuff. We need to probably combine a number of things that would make this sort of look like a rose stem. Going to need a finger hold down here, because if anything, you can use this end here. It's more to the liking of the thickness she likes. So let's give her a nice, good landing spot for her fingers. We'll call that about right there. That should look pretty good for the finger grip. And this is going to be rounded because we want it to look different than the other end. So now, how do we make that a stem? I'm going to make it a little deeper right there. I'm going to do a modification of I Dream a Genie to thin this up in the middle. so that it looks like the pen is presenting itself up to a stem. To get down just a hair. Turn the fan on, getting warm in the garage. This is truly making my head explode because it's very asymmetrical. My brain thinks very symmetrically. It likes patterns, it likes balance, it likes evenness. You could call this whole thing now the bud vase. All right, let's see how I like that. Just a hair thinner in there, and I think we're done. There it is. We're going to call this the bud vase. That's pretty cool. And I'm telling you, my head's exploding with the asymmetric nature of this, but that's okay. I guess that's part of the pain of growing as an artist, and I use that term loosely because others have called me that, not me. Okay, let's go make this baby shine. So this is not supposed to look like I Dream a Genie too much, but it does. It's sort of in that shape. I wanted to be more of a bud vase. Carrie wants me to do one of these for her with her pen grips. She wants it to be very thin, and I think I'm going to have to leave it a little fatter than she likes on the bud end, just because it'll look better. Let me get a new piece of paper here. Now we got to sand this end, and this end goes in. That's weird. I never sanded in before. But it is possible. Beautiful. This almost looks like that candle guy, Lumiere, in Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon version, of course. I literally have to go in that bushing there. That's funny. Usually it's flat on the end and it's actually concave. Is that right? Where it goes in? Concave? Convex, it goes out. All right, final sandpaper. Nice. Beautifully round. I guess the bump I was feeling is on the bushing. All right, time for polish. All right, first glimpse. There it is. That's pretty cool. These look like dark leaves here. Interesting. There it is, like a little rosebud. Wasn't that the name of a sled in some famous movie? Rosebud? I got that mixed up. Nope, let me finish. Flip the camera. Take a drink of my water. Ah, very good. There it is. It's a little bit transparent. It's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize it was transparent a bit till I shined it up. There it is, the rosebud. Fully functional. You can see how that goes in there. Pretty cool. Fully functional diamond painting pen. I don't know what Carrie did with that other pen. She stole it. All right, now we've got a little bit of resin with a very long piece of Fordite in the middle of it. And the challenge for this now is to figure out how to bring that Fordite out. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me flip the camera back over here. I've just placed the blank on the lathe. And this is a essentially clear resin with stars, different colored star glitter, and a piece of Fordite going right through the middle, but it doesn't reach this side. And I feel that I really have to get probably 1/8 of an inch into that blank to bring that Fordite out. We may not see that as we're going, but we'll try for sure. Here we go. Blower on. Let's see how we're doing. Keep that out nice and chunky. That's about a 0.75. We could take it down a little bit more, but we're just now getting into the Fordite. We want to leave it just a little shy, a little fatter than where we want to end up. So we want to sand down that Fordite to make it look fabulous. Oh no, we're not on that other side yet, which looks to be quite buried. We may only get this one side here. Wish it was this way. We can get some topographical map thing going in there. Okay, let's measure this again, see where we're coming down to. Oh, it's about the same. Guess we just teased it a little bit. You can hear that big glitter. Not a fan of the big glitter because it's like big chunks of plastic in there, but we'll see how we do. Okay, right there is where we want to be. That is the measurement. Now let's get us a little bat thing going on here. We're going to do fat bats on the end of this one here. Should be good there. All right, that should be good on that end. 0.75 or 6 there. A little more room to go. All right, let's go see where we're at. We want to end up right there because that's a little fatter than where we want it. Let's see. Now let's finish up the ends here. We'll trim those fat back in a little bit. There we go. Very nice. Now this one down here is a little fatter than we want it to be. But all we have to do is ease that into there, into the curve. We'll just take some away, some of that thickness. There we go. Perfect. Now, what do we do in the middle here? Got Fordite action. It's not going to be very exciting, except that it's going to be very visible. If we could get that topographical section in there to get it more that way, then that would be cool. Let's see. How are we going to get into that? I think I need to do marbles on this. Marbles may look good, or gumballs, excuse me. 2 gumballs, because I think that will give us, that will allow us to dig deep. So where'd my stick go? Here it is. Here's my measuring stick. It's about a 5.5 inch blank. I think 2.75 will be the midpoint of that bad boy. Let's go measure that. That is 2.75, and that is right about there. Here we go. Now, we're going to do 2 gumballs. I need 3 digs. Dig here, dig there, dig there. So we're going to make those just a hair over 1 inch. Probably a 32nd, 64th over. All right, here goes the scary part. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that scary. Ooh, I could smell the paint being cut through. So that's a good sign. We're going to get some depth out of this. Then we need 1 dig in the middle. Beautiful. All nice and even across there. Nope, this one needs to be a little deeper. Beautiful, right there. Okay, here we go. Now we use the round one because we really want to get broad on this. All right, let's see what that 1 dig looks like. We didn't even barely touch that side. Look at that. Just this right here. That'll be fine. and then we'll sand that down. It'll be beautiful. All right, a couple of gumballs there, and a little fatter than we normally want to leave it because we're going to sand down, make that Fordite look fabulous. All right, there we go. Let's turn the blower off. We got our finger holes where we want them. We got the fat bats looking good. Got the gumballs cut in. Now we're going to get the sandpaper out, and I'll show you. I'm not sure if you can see it on screen, but if you look at this, Fordite along there, it is just tiny little jagged edges. If you saw it under a microscope, you'd go, oh yeah, I see that. But we want to make that perfectly crisp line. We barely got into it on this side. We'll sand a little more into it as we go. Okay, here we go. We'll slow it down a little bit so it doesn't flip water so far. And I don't want to create too much heat. The nice thing about this sanding is it does sand down the large glitter. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what was making that noise. It's that little tiny half cut off. Oh, this is looking great there. Look how sharp those lines are. Very nice. Looking good. Okay, now we're off to regular finishing. Looks fantastic. You get a new piece of sandpaper. That one's all filled up. No room at the end on that baby. All right. Interesting thing about doing Fordite is that your sandpaper fills up with the paint, just as though you were sanding a car. It's super, super fine dust, gets wet, fills up the sandpaper. See, that doesn't wash out like the resin does. All right, that's feeling really nice. All right, on to the next one. All right, super nice, finest sandpaper now. Almost done with this one. We'll polish it up, buff it up. Should be ready to use. All right, that is feeling great. A little bit of polish here. All right. Oh, that came out freaking awesome. Even though we didn't get into the Fordite over here, you could see it really, really well. And good colors on top of that Fordite there. Of course, we got the colorful, what do you call it? Stars everywhere. There we go. Very nice. Definitely unique. And you think about this one. This is a stick of Fordite with resin balls and ends on it. It's like the Fordite is the steel girder going through the middle of it. All right, let's go ahead and flip this up here to the mixing bench. Oop, I got to go chamfer the ends here. I pulled out the bushings, but I want to give that a little bit of an edge. There it is, all buffed up. Beautiful lines down that side on that Fordite. All those layers of paint. And you can see both sides of the Fordite through the pen. Very nice. All right, one more in this little episode here. This one will be a fun one. This is a Dank Blank. Find them on Facebook, Dank Blanks. Fella named Jordan Redmond puts all these together. Does a nice job. Got a really good mixed color separation kind of thing. Okay. Let me flip the camera back. There we go. I'm not sure if I've actually had one full video where I flip the camera back every time. Sure hope I have, but not keeping track. All right, here we go. That should be good right there. 0.74, very close. Now let's see how that goes. See how much I took off. 0.72, perfect. We'll leave that right there. And we'll just create a nice little baseball bat end on the end here. Yep. might be close. 0.75 again. I'm such a chicken to just dive right down into that 0.71. Problem is, once you go down, you can't come back. So you got to go there quietly. Nice and easily. Let's see how we're doing there. Perfect, 0.72. That'll sand down nicely. Now we'll create our end. I think I'm going to do vases on this one because these planks that have some color and a lot of clarity really look killer with vases. 5 1/4. Here's the center. Already set for vases. Well, all right, looks pretty even. We'll trim right there. Looking good. Okay. Yep, that's going to look good. Yep, that's a thick one. I like them like that because they're a lot of body to them. Okay, blow her off. All right. All right, next one up. Gets a little quiet here when I'm sitting here thinking about this finish and nobody's making noise. I almost forget I'm filming and to say something, but guess there's just nothing to be said. I could tell you my brain's going a million miles an hour. Probably should listen to some old time radio shows, keep us all distracted, huh? Or you could watch this while you're whipping. Whip it good. Do, 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 do. Good old Devo. He was the anthem of the 80s. Whip it. Whip it good. Guys with flower pots on their heads, it looked like. Okay, that feels good. Last one coming up. All right, that's probably going to look pretty good after we polish it up. Let's get some polish on the rag here. Here we go. Doesn't take much. Goes a long way. And the rag is so impregnated now with a bunch of this polish. I mean, the polish never really goes away. It just gets absorbed into the rag after it does its business on the resin. Ooh, I can start seeing through that right there when I shined it up. Right here on the bottom of that one first vase there. First on the left, I should say. This is going to be cool. I'm starting to really enjoy, well, a lot of blanks, but I really like the blanks that got some clear resin to see through into the middle of the pen and into the other colors. All right. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Look at that. Super colorful there. And you spin it around and you can see into the whole pen. My goodness, that's freaking awesome. It's even like a little pocket you can look into right there. I tell you, this stuff's good. This stuff is good. Okay, let me chamfer the edges. This is something that most people will never ever notice, but it just puts a nice finish on the pen. Okay, let's come over here. Let's go to mixing bench, which is really the camera I swap between the two. All right, load it up. Here we go. There it is. Buffed up like glass. Woo! Beautiful. I love all that color on that side. Super neonish, if you will. The blue, the yellow, the pink, the purple. I don't think there's any orange in there. There's some fluorescent green. Then on this side, pretty chill, but you can see into the back side of all that. Very nice. Very nice. 4 up, 4 down. Here we go. Not to be confused with Fordite. Everybody have a great day. See you in the next video.